And welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme parks to sample and review every last eatery. For our 49th episode, we're heading off to Tokyo Disney Sea's Seaside Snacks. To get to Seaside Snacks, start in the Mediterranean harbor. Proceed in, walking towards the water. Then veer to your left. Continue on in this direction, heading up the ramp. Turn right before you have a chance to cross into the American waterfront, and proceed across the bridge. Keep heading in this direction, passing first the turn for Fortress Exploration on your right, and then High Tide Treats on your left. Continue on down the hill, taking the left fork when the trail splits in two, before passing under the Disney Sea Electric Railway tracks into Port Discovery. Immediately in Port Discovery, turn left and head along the path, keeping the Aquatopia ride on your right. Following along this pathway as it curves around, off to your right, you'll soon find Seaside Snacks. Seaside Snacks is a counter-service location, done up in a nigh-identical way as Breezeway Bites. It has the same copper and silver color scheme, and the same penchant for Art Deco twinged steampunk style. Seaside Snacks also features a smattering of tables and chairs, which overlook the moat that surrounds most of Tokyo Disney Sea. Okay, so once again, I am at the Seaside Snack counter service location, although again it seems more like a cart to me. I recorded a whole bunch of stuff about this place, and then my battery went dead and it corrupted the entire all the footage that I took of the initial meal, so that's too bad. Trying again though, I had the specialty steamed bun, which was a pork and shrimp steamed bun. Now, I don't like seafood, and so I was somewhat hesitant about this, but I did say that I would try more seafood at the parks, and so, you know, fortune favors the bold. So I tried it, and it was actually quite good, as you can tell from the fact that it's almost all gone now. I don't care for the texture of the shrimps in here, but it doesn't taste seafoody. It's mostly the spicy taste, it's mostly the pork taste. It's actually quite good. I was very surprised. So yeah, that's that's basically what all of the footage that I lost was about. Neat. It's a very short episode. I'm sorry. I will see you next time. Bye. Sorry again for how short that was. I guess these things happen. At least here I can plug my camera in and don't have to worry about battery length. On to the review. Service is a 3 out of 5. This is your pretty standard cart, not cart location. You don't have a lot of interaction with the staff here. I was warned the food would be hot, which is always appreciated, and what little bit of a line I did wait in moved at a perfectly acceptable clip. It was nothing outstanding, but I also have no complaints. 3 out of 5. Atmosphere is a 2 out of 5. Honestly, this place just feels like Breezeway Bites Part 2, the Seasidening to me. It's got the same alliterative name sequence, which, to be fair, I do love that. And the employee uniforms are actually somewhat improved here as compared to Breezeway Bites. However, because the carts are so similar, it also shares a lot of the same failings. To reiterate, while it's got a great steampunk vibe to it, it fails pretty heavily in that it feels like it's made out of one molded sheet of plastic. Which there's no reason it needs to feel like that, given how easy that is of a look to actually create in real life. Molded plastic isn't a bad look for something like Toy Story. Not here. 2 out of 5. Price is a 3 out of 5. The ukiwaman costs 500 yen, which borders on just almost being too expensive, but earns points back by being a really fun and unique food. I really like the shape, I really like the color, and it is apparently one of those quintessential Tokyo Disney Sea foods that you have to try if you come here. I don't know about that, but for 500 yen, it is certainly doable. 3 out of 5. The food is a 3 out of 5. A while back, I promised that I would try more of the seafood options at the Tokyo Disney Resort, and going into this one, I knew that this food had shrimp in it, and consequently, I was not looking forward to it at all. I do not like shrimp. I hate shrimp. Knowing that this food has shrimp in it, I kind of expected it to be one of those where I take 2 or 3 bites and then just sort of put it aside for the rest of the review. And I actually ended up eating the entire thing. I was really honestly surprised at how much I enjoyed this food. You really couldn't taste the shrimp that much. Like, the shrimpy flavor was very, very minimal, which for me was fantastic. If you like shrimp, perhaps maybe that's not quite a selling point, but that was my experience with it. Additionally, the contents were so finely chopped that I really didn't have to deal with that ooky, shrimpy texture very often. So yeah, another positive for me. This wasn't an amazing food by any stretch of the imagination, but it was good. Surprisingly good. 3 out of 5. Overall, this gives Seaside Snacks an average rating of 2.75 out of 5, which I'm actually going to round up to a 2.8. With a 2.8 out of 5, this ties Seaside Snacks with the New York Deli, Liberty Landing Diner, and Toon Tone Treats. I'm going to slot it in just under the New York Deli, earning it 31st place on the master list. Meanwhile, on the counter service lineup, it faces a similar series of ties, which play out in a similar fashion, this time earning it 21st place. Neat. So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where I'll be then. Hint, many Massachusetts meal orders. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. We'd surely appreciate it. If social media is more your flavor, you can find us there. Links to that in the description box. And I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.